Got it. All right. So for those of you who don't know, my name is Jenna and my teammate Avery is here as well. And we are part of Haldimand County's Digital Service Squad. So we are a free service to all Haldimand County businesses, and we help with all digital tools and services, whether it be Google My Business, Facebook ads and live, as we're going to go through today, or e-commerce. That's all the kind of stuff we help with, as well as much more. So if you need any help, please feel free to reach out to us. Our contact information is there, and we'd be happy to help you. So today we're going to be going over Facebook Live and Facebook ads. So we'll cover why to use Facebook Live, the requirements, how to go live from your phone and computer, tools and tips and tricks, as well as why use Facebook ads, features, how to create an ad, and tips and tricks for Facebook ads. So the first thing to go over is why use Facebook Live. So you can go live on Facebook to broadcast a conversation, a performance, a Q&A, or a virtual event. So it's just another way to help engage with your customers. You can connect with your audience in real time from any device. So once you go live, you're live with your audience. They can see what it is you're doing in your business at that exact moment. And it's really a good way, again, to let them into the back end of your business. You can bring your audience behind the scenes and respond to questions. So something consumers really enjoy is viewing unboxing of new products that you've got in. So that's one thing that you can do when you go live. And then you also just create shared experiences with your customers by bringing them in behind the scenes of your business. You create that connection with your customers that you might not have. So the requirements to go live are quite simple. You can live stream to a page, group, profile, or event via the Facebook app on your mobile device. And if you wish to use a camera not attached to your phone or your computer, you will need to use Live Producer, which is just an extra button for you to click. So all you need to go live is a phone or a computer with an active camera. So this is how you go live from your phone. So I've just clicked on Facebook, and now I'm going over to my business page. And if you go to write a post, you'll see that there's a live video option, and then you just have to allow access to your camera. And that is how you go live on your Facebook page. So on your phone, you just go to your Facebook page, your business page, and then click on create a comment like you would normally, and then just select go live. To go live from your computer, you're going to go to your business page and click the create a post button. And then you will now see it create, and beside that, a live option. So you'll click on that, and then you can schedule to go live or later. So this is going to be the tool that we're going to use to access all of our tools later. This button here that you'll see the 3 lines, that's how we're going to access all the tools. So again, to go live from your computer, here's the pages. I'm going to my business page. You're going to pretend that you're creating a post like you normally would. And then below that, you'll see go live. So you can go live now, or you can schedule it for later. So this is what your page is going to look like when you see go live. And it's going to come here to set up all of the different information that we need. So from both your phone and your computer, you are going to be able to tag friends. So you can invite friends there so that people will get a direct invite to your live. You can also add an emotion. So if you're feeling excited or you're feeling happy, you can add that emotion. You can add a picture for the live profile. So if you're going to be scheduling later, the picture is just going to be like the thumbnail that people will see before they actually go live. And you're also going to have a video description there. So you'll be able to create a quick little blurb about what the Facebook Live is going to be about. So whether it's going to be an unboxing or you're going to show them a product that you're making, you can just add a little blurb so people know what they're getting into before they actually go into the live. So now I'm going to go through all of the tools that you will see on your Facebook Live options. So the first tool we have, they're all going to be done from your computer. So once you have them set up, you can access them from your phone, but you have to set them up on your actual computer. So I'm going through, just going to create a live video like we just did. So this is how you're going to access all your tools. All your tools here are on this live video page. So the first tool we're going to go over is polls. So I am on my Facebook video page here. Sorry, the page didn't go forward. Okay. Okay, here we go for polls. So I'm going to click on the interactivity button here, and then you'll see the first option is polls. So I can create a poll question now. So I might want my poll question as to be, what products do you want to see? And then you can create different options. So I can click on chocolate, apples, bananas, or bagels. It doesn't matter, anything you want to post in there, you can. So I've now created this poll, and you can continue creating as many polls as you want. So now when you are in live, now you can be on your phone or your computer. The bottom left-hand corner of your live will have an option that says polls. You can then click on it and it will see all the polls that you've previously made. And then you can select whichever one you want it to be viewed right then and there in that live. And then you're just going to click on the exact same button once the poll is over to see how many people voted and what their response was. You can also go live in stories. So if you want to share to your story so that people will be able to see right when they log on Facebook, you'll see those little stories at the very top banner. It will show that you're live then, and it just allows you to get more viewers to your Facebook Live. We can also do comment moderation. So I'm in my Facebook Live again. Click on settings, click on comments, and then you can pick and choose who can comment and what exactly they can comment. So I can pick that only people who follow my business page can comment, or I can pick that everyone can comment. It just depends on what you're comfortable with and what you wish comments to be seen in your page. So I just clicked on that. I want only people who followed me to be on there. And then it just automatically saves. And every time you're going to have to go in there and update. So all of your tools are going to be found here in the dashboard. So if you click on it, this here shows my dashboard. So I can also click make my camera controls. Again, it will show all of the different tools we went over at the very beginning with the invite people, share to the story. I can cross post to more pages, so I can make it active on my Instagram as well. There's also an option that says featured links. So that is over in this settings option as well. So you'll just click on it. And if you want to share a link to your e-commerce site, you just highlight the URL and copy and paste it. And then again, when you are in your Facebook Live, you'll click on the bottom button and be able to display a link. So we will now go over some tips and tricks for Facebook Live. So how to engage your audience. You're going to want to mention commentators and viewers by name. So say I'm hosting a live and I've seen that Avery has commented that he loves the product or he asks a question. I'm going to want to respond to Avery directly by name. Again, just creating that connection between you and your customer. You want to reply to all the comments that you can. Sometimes they'll come in a little bit quickly, but just try and reply to all of the comments that you do see. You can pin great comments, questions to the top. So say Avery asks a question that I feel a lot of people are going to ask. such as the price of the product, I can just hold down on the comment and drag it up to the top or click pin. And then I will be able, everyone else will be able to see that question and the answer that I provided. You want to make sure you have strong internet connection before you go live. Make sure that your Wi-Fi is working. You might want to actually connect to your Wi-Fi Ethernet through a cable. That might provide you a little bit more connection. And then you're also going to want to prioritize content that sparks conversation. So when you go live, make sure you have it thought out and you have a plan of what it is you're going to be covering, and make sure it's something that your customers can interact with. You're also going to want to promote your Facebook Live. So treat your live feed like it's an event, create different posts about it, maybe different social media tiles, graphics as well. You're going to want to generate some interest in advance about the live. Maybe you're going to decide to go live every day on the same day, once a week. Make sure that you have those social media posts going to make that people are engaged and aware that it's happening. Facebook allows you to target certain groups with ads. So Avery's going to go over ads and he'll show you how you can target a certain demographic and geographical region. You're going to also maybe want to create an event. So on Facebook, you can create an event. It's something that you also do with live if you schedule it for later. That way, when people go to your page, they'll see that you're hosting an event later. And then push upcoming announcements, but don't repeat yourself. Make sure every post is a little bit different to engage customers. They don't want to see the same thing over and over again. You might be asking how long to go live as well. So you want to go long enough to inspire people to keep watching, but you don't want to keep going over and over and repeating yourself, so that people who are active in your live for the whole time are hearing it over and over. However, the longer you are live, the more chance for viewers to discover and invite friends. So it does depend on the situation for your length. So if you're doing a product unboxing, you might be going live for an hour, which is completely fine, and it will allow people to come and go as they please. You're also going to want to structure your video. So you're going to want to hook your viewers at the start. Maybe you do some fun entrance into your live. However, you do want to get to the point of the video and what you want your viewers to take away from your live or learn. You might want to have a Q&A so that you can engage audience. The consumers really like to be engaged and participating through your live. And then also have a call to action. So what do you want the viewers to get afterwards? Are you trying to drive traffic to your actual brick and mortar store? Or are you trying to drive more traffic to e-commerce? Or are you just trying to get more followers on Facebook? Whatever it is, make sure you have that call to action and you figure out a way to make that happen by the end of your live. You can also create a vlog. So after completing your live stream, you can post that live stream to your YouTube channel. So all of your lives will be saved onto your Facebook page. So it allows those who miss that information to receive it later, and it can create more viewers in the future. So maybe they might miss your first live and then stumble across it and then be there for your next live because they really enjoyed the one that they were able to see. And finally, you're going to want to experiment. Mistakes are going to happen when you go live. It's okay. Just keep going, move on. You might feel a little weird the first time, a couple times you go live, just talking to your phone because you can't see other people who are actually at your live. So it might feel a little weird. That's completely okay. Everyone feels that way the first few times. Try new ideas. If some of your lives aren't getting as many people as you hoped, try different ways to engage people or different ways to make your live more engaging, and see what works best for your business. If you are a restaurant, unboxing packages is probably not going to work best for your business. So just go through, see what works best for you and what you're most comfortable with and what highlights your business the best. All right, I'm going to pass it on over to Avery for Facebook ads.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Jenna. All right, so today I'm going to be going through Facebook ads. I'll be talking about how to create an ad, as well as just some tips and tricks when it comes to actually designing your ad to promote your business and promote foot traffic as well as traffic on your e-commerce site. So who's this for? Generally, this is targeted to all the business owners that are looking to create or upgrade your Facebook ads. You're looking to engage a larger audience than your existing customers. And overall, the owner is just looking to grow their online presence to create more traffic, like I said, through your social media or maybe right into your actual brick and mortar store. So some foot traffic into your store. So essentially, you just want to grow your business, which is why you're here today. So now we're going to look at why actually use Facebook ads. So here we're going to look at why would I actually want to make an ad? Why would I create ads and over other platforms, and as well as just kind of the strategies you can use. So first of all, you have it to increase your page followers, to market your goods or services, promote any sales, promotions, events, general info. You want, like I mentioned earlier, you want to drive customers to your local business. Maybe you want people to actually, just go to your website. So through your ad, maybe people will say, oh, I'm interested in this business. I'm actually going to go to their website now and see what they have more to offer. And advertising on Facebook allows you to find an audience beyond the group that already likes your page. So people that aren't necessarily your current customers, maybe your future customers are able to engage with your Facebook ads. So some of the features that come with Facebook ads, Facebook is a really great way to actually advertise your business. It's really easy to do. It's really simple to do. And Facebook is a really well-known social media platform that a lot of people actually do own, no matter what age groups they're actually in. So first up, I have create personalized budgets. So here you can actually use daily or lifetime budgets. I'm going to discuss this a little bit later, just in some more detail, but that is a really nice option here. You can run ads through multiple platforms. So you can run them through Instagram, Facebook. You're able to link those so that if you post it on Facebook or Instagram or vice versa, it's able to actually post on the other one as well. You can adjust your campaigns. If something isn't working, if you don't think you're getting as many clicks or as much interaction as you'd like to see, then you're able to actually adjust that, and you can actually post it in real time, which is really nice. You can test out your ads. So similar to adjusting your campaigns, before you actually post that ad, you can test it out, see what it looks like, see how others would see it, which is another really good bonus with it. You can get real-time insights. So you're able to see the amount of viewers and clickers for your actual ad. So not only that, but you can see specific details about that. Are they male? Are they female? What age group are they coming from? Where geographically in the world or in the country or in the county are they actually coming from, which is a really cool thing. And also that's another thing we're going to look on later. The Facebook Ads Manager is a very user-friendly platform. It allows you to, that's kind of your home base when you're creating your Facebook ads. So it is a really nice, simple way. It's got everything in front of you. We're going to be looking at that next. And lastly here, you're actually able to target specific audiences. So similar to actually getting the insights with who's viewing my ad, you're able to actually target a specific audience. It's very crucial and you can benefit from this. And I definitely recommend. We're going to be just looking at that a little bit later on, but it's definitely a really key tool that, or a really key feature that Facebook offers for you with their ads. So first up here, I want to take a look at the Facebook Ads Manager. So like I said, Facebook has it's really user-friendly. It has all the options in front of you. It's going to have your campaigns, as you can see in that picture there. It's got all your old campaigns. It's all laid out in front of you. It's just a really nice first step to creating your ads. So this is, like I mentioned, it's going to be your first step to creating your campaign or your ads. Ads are called campaigns as well. So it's that first step to making that advertisement for you. So through the main screen, you're going to be able to create, manage, and view your ad results. You can choose from all types of different ad formats and audiences. Another cool thing you can do with the Facebook Ads Manager is you can duplicate an existing ad. So as you can see in that image there, those are all ads that we have ran in the past. Maybe if it's a certain holiday, if it's Christmas, if it's Easter, whatever it is, maybe there's something that really worked for you last year and you want to duplicate that rather than creating a new one, you're actually able to just rerun that ad, which is a really nice feature with it. And
Oh,
then,
boy.
like I mentioned, there's a lot of features, and those are all accessible through this main Facebook Ads Manager. So now we're going to take a look at actually how to create an ad. So step one is creating your Facebook ads campaign. So as soon as you get to the Ads Manager, you're going to go to the Campaigns tab, and then you're going to see that green button right there that says Create. This is where all your campaigns are going to be. So as you can see, there's one there in my example. Like I mentioned, if you wanted to recreate an ad, this is where you're going to find it. But I would definitely recommend creating new ads. Like Jenna said, it's always nice to try new things and experiment with your advertisements. So step two is actually to set an objective for your advertisement. So there's 3 categories that you see here. There's awareness, consideration, conversion. So this is where you really want to target what do I want at the end of this ad? What's kind of my end goal here? So if you want to create some brand awareness, if you want to have some more traffic, whether it's through your website or e-commerce, or maybe you want to engage with customers, you want to have a conversation with them, maybe even. So this is kind of where you can select that objective for your advertisement, and Facebook will actually kind of help you out, lean you in the right direction as to how to post it, when to post it, and that type of thing. So definitely keep in mind just what is my end goal of this ad and how can I get it out to as many people as possible. And then step 3 is actually naming your campaign. This can seem like a really just a simple step, but it is something that we definitely advise people to kind of really think about. So like I mentioned, you can reuse an ad. So make sure that if it's your Christmas ad or if it's your Easter ad or whatever it is, make sure you're naming it accordingly, because maybe a year down the road, 2 years down the road, you're going to want to reuse this ad. So don't just label it 1, 2, 3 XYZ. Make sure you label it something that you're going to remember, and in that way, if something down the road you'd like to use it, then you're able to actually go on it. So just make sure it differentiates itself from your other ads that you have. And then we're going to step 4. So this is actually, in my opinion, one of the most important steps to creating your campaign. So this is where you're able to actually select your audience. You can really target the audience you want. So as you can see in the campaign over here, it's going to ask you kind of like, where would you like to target your audience? So if it's Caledonia, Ontario, you can select, I want to target 10 miles outside of there, maybe 40 miles, maybe 100 miles, depending on how far you'd like to ship or how far you actually are able to deliver. Beyond that, you can select an age, gender, the language you want to target, as well as actually picking a specific audience. So in terms of if people are interested in food and restaurants, are they interested in kind of like the best deals that they can offer? So Facebook actually has an algorithm to target those specific people based on their actual trust. So you really want to ask yourself, what kind of person would actually take action to this advertisement? What gender, what location? Is there any specific interest? So these are all questions you want to ask yourself before you get into this step and before you actually create your ad. That way you get a specific amount of people that you're going to target that are actually going to be interested in your product or your service, whatever you're advertising. So now step 5 is placement. So this allows you to post to options of, do I want to put it on Facebook? Do I want to put on their news feeds? Do I want to put it on Facebook Marketplace? Maybe you want to put it on Instagram. Maybe you want to put it on Messenger. There's just a lot of options where you can actually post your ads. And once again, keep in mind, who am I targeting? Where are they going to be? Are they going to be scrolling through their news feed? Maybe they're going to be looking to purchase something on Marketplace. So maybe that's where you want to target them. So make sure you just ask yourself who's actually interested. And that's another great step to go through with step 5 with placement here. So next is actually creating your budget. So this is where you can decide how long and how much you're willing to spend on an ad. So you can budget, in this example here is a lifetime budget of $350 from January 20th to February 20th. So this is a great example here of someone who's got a month to advertise and they're willing to spend $350. So what Facebook does is with the audience that you have selected to advertise to, they will actually create an algorithm to post this certain ad when they find that that certain audience is actually going to be on Facebook, which is really cool. You don't have to decide when to post it or, you know, time specific days. They'll do that for you, which is really cool. Another option is actually creating a daily budget. And it's up to you, whatever you decide, if you want to do a daily or lifetime budget. I know a lot of time we recommend doing a lifetime budget just because, like I mentioned, there's just they do have a really cool algorithm where it can select a certain time and actually day of the week to advertise. So definitely we recommend the lifetime budget. But if you'd like to do the daily budget, then by all means, it's up to you how you'd like to and when you'd like to actually post your ad. So now we're on step 7, and you're actually able to create your ad. So it's the setup of your ad. So as you can see, you can select your image. So whether it's through Canva or however you're creating your advertisement, it's got the recommended size that you use for your image or your video. There's the headline that we definitely recommend you use, a description we definitely recommend you use. You can put your website URL there, so you're able to actually have that and people can just click on it to go to there. And then on the bottom right corner there, you can see there's a call to action button. This is you know, something pretty cool where you can add, you can have call now, email now, or just kind of visit your website. So it's just it's a one-click option where people can interact with you on your advertisement, which is just a really simple way, rather than people seeing your headline, oh, this business has you know, a new pair of shoes out, and then they got to look it up on Google. So this is just a really cool way, just kind of like a one step to get to your website or your email, whatever it is you prefer your customers reaching out to you as. So now we have how to create an ad. So now we're going to look at some tips and tricks when you're actually creating your ad. So keep in mind, these are just kind of recommendations. There's no really guidelines to creating your ad. Whatever works for you. There's going to be some things that don't work. Even maybe something I mentioned today with the tips and tricks, maybe you're going to say, you know, that doesn't really work for me. So just keep in mind, they're just kind of recommendations for you that we find work really well with businesses that we've worked with. So first up is less is more. So you always hear this line since you were little, you always heard less is more. So stick to the saying, stick to that saying, sorry. Keep the ad simple, get to the point. It's going to attract a larger audience when it's just really simple. A lot of people don't like to, you know, read a big, all this wording on an advertisement. Have your call to action on there. This is an example from McDonald's. They definitely have the freedom of keeping something as simple as this, just because of the marketing that they've already drawn up. So as simple as, you know, they're really here, they're advertising for free Wi-Fi, and they're able to put some French fries on there, and people know, you know, McDonald's, they have their, you know, they have what they have, and they also have Wi-Fi, which is cool, which is what they're targeting here with this image. So next I have, you know, using eye-catching photos. So make sure there's high resolution photos. So a lot of times you'll scroll through and you'll see an advertisement with blurry or simply just poor images. This will, you know, the viewers can just keep scrolling past that. There's no really nothing to anchor them down to say, oh, I want to look into this ad. I'm interested in the product or the service that this business is offering. So make sure it's something that's going to grab the viewer's attention to, you know, stick around and stay looking at that advertisement. So next is to test out different images. Not only different images, but see what works best with the text. Try different text. So many times photos have background noise, we call it. So it's just too many focal points going on in it. It takes away from the text. It takes away from the image itself. So this is an example here of, you know, the background just didn't work. So if it's fading out a background, if it's simply just taking away the background, or maybe condensing the writing, whatever it is, just make sure that you try different options with the text and the images, just to make sure that you have one focal point, and, you know, this is what we offer, this is what we want to advertise right now, and really just stick to that. So next is using vertical or square images. So as you can see in this image here, With the 16:9, it doesn't show up as well on your phone. And keep in mind that when you do this, you want to really target the mobile viewers. A lot of the times people are targeting kind of more so the computer, but with today's day and age, a lot of people are just going through their Facebook or their Instagram through their mobile device. So keep that in mind. The 1080 by 1080 pixels is what you're going to want. So the example down here is kind of what your viewers are going to see with your ads. So just make sure you keep that in mind. Maybe sometimes that full landscape is going to be your only option, and it is okay. It's going to show up on there just fine. It's just a little smaller. So the bigger that shows up on the screen, the better, and almost the more advertising that you're going to get out of it. So next is the rule of thirds. I mean, we always hear about this, kind of sticking to the 1/3 of the screen just to make sure that it has that focal point, but it also shows off the rest of the image in the background. Keep in mind with this, it's also a nice way to have text somewhere in the image. So as you can see in this picture, the woman is in the right third of the screen. And then if you were to have some sort of advertisement, a business name or a logo or a call to action that you'd like to add on it, you could do it on that left-hand side and it would really look, really good, keeping that one focal point. So next is texturizing your photos. So this is an example, and you're able to do this through some graphic design tools like Canva, for example, which is a free option. So you're able to actually kind of like blur the background just to kind of, once again, that one focal point. So if you were to have a product that you were showing off and you wanted to blur the background of it, this is just a really nice way to do it. This isn't really something you see a lot of, but I think sometimes it really adds a nice touch to your advertisements. And then here's another example of less is more. It also is going to apply to your videos. You're going to want to keep your videos short. The average viewer probably takes 3 seconds to decide whether or not they're going to take part or continue watching your video. So with this said, start your video with something, your most compelling point to really capture that viewer's attention. So you have 3 seconds to make sure that viewer says, you know what, I'm not going to keep scrolling. I'm actually going to watch this. So make sure you start it off with something powerful, something that really just is eye-catching, and as well as maybe if you have sound on it, something that's just going to keep them around. I would definitely recommend overall keeping the video short too. 15 seconds, 20 seconds, maybe if it's something with a little more info, you're looking at 30 seconds, but definitely I don't think that, having a minute-long video is going to keep your viewers engaged and sticking around to listening to the whole thing. And also here, so you're going to want to design for sound off. So many viewers, when they're scrolling through their Facebook or their Instagram, they're going to be in a public setting, if they're waiting in the doctor's office or, waiting somewhere where they don't want to listen to the sound. So make sure you keep that in mind so people can actually engage in it without listening to it. So some ways to do that are to use text, use some sort of graphics, simple captions, when possible, and if needed, of course, too. So as you can see, there's some captions on that video where you don't have to listen to it and you know what they're talking about. And you're able to actually, listen to the point and what they're actually getting at with it. So here are some graphic design platforms that we definitely recommend you to use. So Canva is going to be a very popular one. It's relatively very easy to use. It has some really good features. Like removing the background, adding captions, creating that nice video, or even just creating some nice graphics within your advertisement. So it's definitely one that we recommend just for your average day-to-day graphic designer. I know sometimes they can get pretty hectic with a lot of the options that are there, but Canva is something that's really user-friendly. We recommend it to anyone really, and they have a free option, which is great. And the free option offers, a lot of tools that you can use with that. So keep that in mind. The right-hand side there's Adobe Illustrator, InDesign, Photoshop, another great way to make edits. This is going to be a little more for those trained graphic designers. It has a lot of different options that can go with it. But Canva does have a lot of the things that they have without having a difficult platform to use, I guess I could say. So they're both really good options for you to have. We definitely recommend you to use one of these options just to kind of attract more customers, more potential customers for your business. And then lastly here, I want to go through some Facebook ad examples that work really good. So as you can see in this one, it's Google. They have, they have their caption with it. They have their headline, and then it's just a really simple image. Right away it's Google just by the way that they advertise. They have kind of their call to action on the left-hand side. They have their image on the right-hand side. The rule of thirds kind of comes into play here. So it's just a really simple advertisement. It gets the point across and everyone knows kind of who is actually doing the advertising here. The next one I have, so this is a fitness trainer through your phone. Once again, the rule of thirds comes into play here. The gentleman on the right-hand side is, lifting weights. It kind of attracts you to the numbers, and the left-hand side, once again, using that rule of thirds, it has the numbers over there. Kind of shows you exactly what you're going to be getting into with this app that they have. It has the headline on it, a call to action, the learn more button. So it's a really nice advertisement as well. And then another one here is from Spotify. So this is a good example of an image that they edited. It's not, just your standard someone driving in the front seat of a car. They made a little edit on it, just kind of maybe attract their audience. Maybe here they're looking to attract maybe a younger audience with Spotify. They have kind of their call to action. They have their logo on it. And once again, they have that install now, which is that button that we were talking about that you can really utilize for your business. And then my last example here is from Starbucks. With this one, they don't even have to have any writing on it. They just kind of have their headline, what it is, and it's just their logo essentially with their drink on it. So once again, Starbucks has the freedom to keep their ads this simple, but it's definitely a really good advertisement just to show off that less is more idea with it. So that's all from us today with Facebook Live and Facebook ads. I want to thank everyone for tuning in today. If you have any questions, feel free to hop on the mic or hop in the chat, and Jen and I are more than happy to help you out. But once again, we want to thank everyone for coming out today. So now I'll give the platform to you guys. If you have any questions, feel free to ask.
If there are no questions, that's going to be everything for today. So you're free to leave the meeting at any point in time.